In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to recreate the homepage of the Creativo team. So let's log into our WordPress dashboard and go to Pages and click on Add New. Let's give our page a new title, something like My First Homepage. The next thing we need to do is click on Visual Composer. And as you can see, the Visual Composer interface has been activated. Now let's click on Add Row. The Add Row will actually allow us to create a new row where we can add different elements. And for the first row, we need to use a slider element. So let's click on the plus sign, go to Layer Slider and click on it. We don't need to enter any title, just make sure that we select a slider here because we imported the demo data and also the demo slider. We only have one slider available, which we are going to use. So click on Save, and as you can see, the layer slider element has been added to our row element. Right. Let's publish our page. And let's click on View Page. I like to view my pages in a new tab. So I right click it and click on Open Link in New tab. Okay, the slider is here. It doesn't look very right at all because for the front page we actually need to use a page template that doesn't automatically add this sidebar here. So we need to go back to our page and in the page attributes, make sure that for the template you click on the drop down box and select the full width page template. Update your page, go back to viewing the page we just created and hit refresh. And voila, as you can see, we now have a full width page template. The slider looks very nice. Another thing that bothers me, for the home page, we don't actually need this title or the breadcrumbs, so we need to tweak this even more. Go back to editing the page, scroll a bit down, and as you can see in the page option box, we have show page title and breadcrumb options, which is by default is pointing to yes. So we need to click on no option, click update, head back to your page, hit refresh, and this is exactly what we wanted to achieve. A slider which comes right after the header section. Okay, let's go back. We can now proceed adding a new row. Okay, add a row element, and for our second element we're going to use the quote box element. Click on the quote box element. You will be prompted to enter a title big. Okay, so here I want to give a very catchy title, something like Why Choose Creativo. The title small, it's something like 10 reasons you should choose Creativo. Okay, you can add actually a description. We are just going to use this default text. Click on Save. As you can see, the code box element has been added to our page. Let's update the page. Go back to our front, the page we are actually creating, hit refresh. And as you can see, the code box has been added. Now, what's bothering me here? is the spacing. As you can see, there's no space between the slider and the actual quote box element, so we need to fix this. Each element, as you can see, when you hover over the elements, you can have a edit icon, a clone icon, and of course the delete icon, which, as you might guess, will allow you to delete, duplicate, and of course edit the existing elements. We can also edit not only the elements available, but also the row element. Besides the fact that you can split the row into separate parts, columns, I like to call them, you can actually click on this button, which is the edit row button. Click on it, and as you can see, we have here several options, including a margin top options. Let's use a 20 pixels. This is a value of 20 pixels. 20 means 20 pixels will be added to the margin top. Margin top means the margin above the quote box element. Okay, I'm going to give a margin bottom of 20. We also want to add some padding of 10 and padding of 10 for the bottom as well. Let's just leave the background color to white, save the changes, update the page, switch back to the page we are actually creating, hit refresh, and as you can see, we have a margin here on top and as well as the bottom. I'd say this is about right. I don't need more margin or padding. Of course, you can play around and tweak these elements, the row elements, the way you want. Right, so let's go back to our editing page. The next thing we want to use is add a new row, and of course use something very cool, which I like to present, is the featured services element. So let's click on this. Okay, we are asked to enter a heading title, URL. This is something like, enter a link where you want the featured services box to send your users to. You can actually add an icon and description text. Let's leave this element like this. Click on save. As you can see, the featured services box has been added. Let's click update and see what happens now with our front page. Hit refresh. As you can see, the element has been added. When you hover over it, the entire box goes green. Let's go back. We need to adjust this a bit more. We are going to use a new cool feature like splitting this row into 4 different columns like this. When you need to go here to the layout section and choose the layout that you want. For this example, we're going to use the 4 columns layout. And let's update, see what happens now. Refresh. Okay, the box, the featured services box has become slightly smaller. We're going to clone this element into 3 other boxes to fill out the entire space. So click on the clone featured service box and then just hold your mouse, click your left button on the mouse, hold it and just drag your element to the new box. That's just how easy it is to move your elements around. Click on duplicate again. Okay, so repeat this operation once more. Okay, so now we have 4 identical featured services boxes. Update. Hit on refresh. And as you can see, all the 4 boxes are here. Just as I showed in the previous row. We need to add some padding and some margin top. We'll use the exact same values, margin top and margin bottom of 20, and padding top, padding bottom of 20, of 10, of course. And for the background color, I'm going to use a slightly gray color, something like, let's manually do this, F8, F8, F8. This is a very slight shade of gray. If you know what I mean. So update this, head back to the page, hit refresh, and as you can see now, the boxes, the background of the boxes are integrated perfectly in our new row element. Looks very nice. One thing that is missing here that will make our boxes even more appealing is actually the icons that were used for these boxes. So let's click on add image for this. Click on the plus sign on the icon section, and I'm going to use these 4 different icons. Set image, design. Let's make this even a bit bigger, like this. I mean, I need more text. Oh, sorry. So I'm just copy pasting this. Okay. Click on save. As you can see, the image icon has been added even to our preview editing page. Click on add image. Again, repeat the process. Let's select this one for the. Let's change this to sliders. Again, I need more text, so just copy paste this. Okay, save. Change this to colors and use this icon here. Okay, I need more text. Hit on save. Repeat this process for one last time. Select this icon here, set image. Okay, save, update. Okay, so head back to your page, hit refresh, and as you can see, our featured boxes look a lot cooler now. Yes, they do. One thing I forgot to add here is a title. So make sure you are on this specific row, and we need to do some tweaking here. Because I forgot to add the title, and we just need to, have the title above these boxes. I'm just going to click on this sign here. Click on box title. I'll leave it like that. But as you can see, the title is only present for this box, which is not what we want. Right, let's demonstrate what I mean. Click update. You see, the title is only present for this box. We want the title to be above all the 4 boxes. So let's go back. We need to change the layout to just 1 column and drag the title box above all of the featured boxes. And now I'm going to do something completely different. I'm going to add a new element, but instead of choosing any other elements you see here, I'm going to use the row element. Now for this row element, I'm going to use the 4 column layout, And I'm just going to drag and drop each of these elements in the 4 boxes, like so. Just click on each box and hold your mouse, move it around the existing columns, and let your mouse go. Okay, so now we have all these elements integrated in a new row element, which is a four column layout. We have a title. Let's update the page. Hit refresh, and as you can see, now we have a title above all these boxes. One thing I need to do is actually set the background color of this title to be the exact color that we used for the background of these boxes here. So head back and edit this title, and for the title background color, I'm going to use, if you remember, the F8 color. It's the slight shade of gray, the small shade, I don't know how to call it, a very transparent gray color if you want. Okay, hit refresh, and as you can see, the title now it's perfectly integrated into the design of this row. I'm still not satisfied with the padding, so I'm going to edit this box even more, this row element, edit, and for the padding top, let's use something like 30, a value of 30, and 30 for the bottom. Always try to keep the same values as well for the top and for the bottom of the box of the row element. Hit refresh. Okay, so the spacing is a lot better now. Okay, so we created the 3 elements by now. Let's move on with the recreation of the home page. And for the next element, I'm going to teach you how to use the call to action element, Visual Composer element. Okay, so let's click on Add Row element and click on the plus sign, and we are going to create the call to action box. Click on this element here. Wait for a few seconds. Okay, so you can actually choose between 2 styles for the action box. Style 1, which is the default style, and style 2, which is going to center all the information inside the call to action box. For this example, let's create the style 1 call to action box. As you can see, we already have some default text, the big text. Creativo is a rock-solid WordPress multi-purpose theme. We have a small text. You can add anything you want here. The call to action box is very useful because it will auto generate a button, but for the button to be rendered correctly, you need to actually enter something here in the URL. Actually, if you don't enter anything, the button won't appear. So let's have something like http rocky10.com/creativo. This is the link to our demo site. As soon as you enter something in the URL field, as you can see, we have a new option to choose where the link, how the link will open in the same window or in a new window. Let's leave this as the new window because this is obviously an external link. Okay, you can set the color, which can be default, green, blue, red, yellow, purple, gray, or black. I'm just going to leave this to default. Next, you can select the size of the button. I like small buttons, so let's leave this like small. And bottom margin, we are going to leave this to 0. Click on save. As you can see, the button has been added. Let's tweak the row element as well. Let's make this something like 30, and for the padding top, I don't know, something like 20, because I want to be more space around the call to action box. Okay, click update. Head back to your site. Let's see how it looks like now. Okay, this is our call to action box. As you can see, when you hover your mouse over it, it becomes a bit highlighted. The border changes. You have the button here. Let's tweak this even more. Let's go back, and let's say that we want to use the different style, the second style, the style 2 of the call to action box. Okay, let's change this to purchase now, or no, let's call it demo site. And let's make this a blue button, for example. Make it larger. Okay, save and update. Head back to your site, hit refresh, and as you can see, our call to action box has changed, as the content is now centered, as well as not only the text but also the button. Okay, let's go back, and let's create a new row. Click the plus sign, add a new element. I'm going to show you a very cool element, the 3D portfolio element. Click on it. You will be asked to how many items to show up. The items count options control that. So let's say I want to show about 8 items. I want to use the filters. I want the items to be displayed as a 4-column layout. I'm just going to leave this category ID as default, so all the portfolio items will be shown here. Click on save, click update, head back to your site, scroll, and click refresh. And as you can see, the trade portfolio element has been auto-generated. Looks pretty cool. You can actually use these filters. You can choose to turn them off by editing the 3D portfolio, like show filters. Let's call it no. Let's change this to 6, not 65, 6, and let's show this in a 3-column layout. Click save, update, hit refresh. As you can see, now we are displaying the portfolio in a 3-column layout. Head back. Let's change this back to 4. Item count 8. Show filters, yes. Okay, hit save. Let's add a title. Click on the plus sign and use the box title element. We sell quality, yes we do, but for this I'm going to use the recent projects title. I want to again change the background of the title to another color, that shade of gray, F8. Okay, edit the row, margin top, let's use 30, okay, 20, and of course for the background color, again that shade of gray. Okay, click on update, head back to your site, hit refresh, and it looks pretty nice. you have a title here, you have the 3D portfolio elements, you have the filters, which allows you to you know, navigate through your portfolio items more easily. Okay, let's go back. We are not done with this page, we still have some elements to add. Let's click on the add row elements, and for this row we are actually going to use the 2 columns layout. So click on this layout. Okay, as you can see, 2 columns have been generated. Okay, click on this left column, and we are going to use the progress bar element. Okay, click on it. You can actually give it a title, but I'm not interested in doing that right now because I'm going to use my own title. So as you can see, this is the default values of the graphic. 19 will actually generate a progress bar with a percent of 90%, meaning it's almost full width. Okay, let me show you how exactly this works, and you'll definitely better understand until when you see the live example. I'm just going to leave it like that. For the units, you need to use percent. The bar color, they say gray. No, let's make it green. You have different options here to add stripes or add animation. Let's add just some stripes. Click on save and update the page. Head back to your site, click refresh, and as you can see, the progress bar element has been perfectly rendered. Okay, let's go back to our dash page editing. Okay, we need to add the title element to this column. So click on the plus sign, click on the box title. Let's call this something like resources. Okay, click save. Okay, the title is now above the progress bar. I did the row, forgot to do that at the beginning. I can do it now. Okay, save, click update. And as you can see, we now have a half a column. This is the full width column. As you can see by watching this title, you see that it stretches all the way to the entire width of the page section, while this title here only has a half width, exactly half width of the full width column. Okay, let's play a bit more with the progress bar. Scroll down until you see your progress bar element, click on edit, and let's say I want to add a new progress bar. You need to first enter the percent value, something like 45, then use this this is very important as a splitting marker, because this will auto generate the progress bar, but if you miss this element, it will generate a something completely wrong. So make sure you always enter a value, use this marker, and then use something to describe your this value here, something like, you know, communication skills, or let's say I want to enter something like 67, again the marker here, this element, this is present on your keyboard, so it's 67, I don't know, pizza. Leave this 2%, and let's say we want to use a red bar color and add the animation. This will actually animate the stripes. Click on save, update. Okay, the page has been updated. Go back to your page, your front page, click refresh. As you can see, we now have animated stripes added to our box, to our progress bar actually. And these are our new values. I entered the 45% for communication and 67% for pizzas. I don't know what that means, but this is pure for understanding how to use these elements. Okay, so in the right column, we are going to use a new element, which is not really a Visual Composer element, but more of a shortcode element. Click on text block, and as you can see, we need to delete this. If you hover your mouse over these buttons here, these are actually shortcodes that come with the Creativo theme. We are going to use this shortcode here, add a testimonial. As you can see, click on it. Okay, so some sort of code has been auto added to our visual editor. So let's see what you need to enter here. For the name, you need to enter the name of the person who gave you the testimonial. So I'm just going to use my name, which is Steph. Okay, for the style, you can have 7 options like green, yellow, purple, blue, red, black, gray. I'm going to use just the green, so leave this green, delete the other values. Okay, company, maybe the guy who left you this testimonial actually works in a company or something like that. Let's call this Coca-Cola, demonstration purposes only. Okay, so this from this point on, as you can see from here to here, this is the actual comment of that person. So let's say let's delete this, and you can even delete these quotes here or leave them, whatever you want. And let's write a testimonial, something like I really enjoy working with the Creativo team. The options are pretty clear and easy to use. Okay, click save. You can see the exact text that you entered here. Click update. Head back and click refresh. And as you can see, our testimonial was already added. We just entered some text, choose the color, and the team done all the hard work of outputting something like this. Let's add a new testimonial. Like I did this box here. I'm just going to copy paste this testimonial and change the name to Mike. Maybe use this style as red. And I'm not working for, this guy is not working for Coca-Cola, he's actually working for Apple. Change this to Apple is the best, manufacturer in the world. Something like that. It doesn't matter what text you're using. I'm actually going to copy paste this even more. Okay, click save, update. Refresh the page, and as you can see, the second testimonial has appeared. It has a red color. Looks nice. If you want to, display all the testimonial one above the other, but I'm going to show you something even cooler. Edit this testimonial block. Okay, so just in the front of the first testimonial, you need to open square brackets and enter the plural form of testimonial, which is testimonials. And again, at the end of this last testimonial, you need to open and close the square brackets and enter testimonials with a leading dash. Okay, another thing you need to do is after your first the testimonials elements cannot have any spacing, any paragraph spacing actually, so you need to go to the end of your first testimonial and just click delete until everything looks on the same paragraph, like you see here. So I just click delete, and now, as you can see, the first testimonial is closing and the next testimonial is opened up. Okay, click on save, click update, go back to your page, click refresh. I'm sorry, I have a typo here. I actually accidentally wrote testimonial. You need to enter precisely testimonials, otherwise it won't work. Click save, update, head back to your page, click refresh. And as you can see, you now have a very nice slider with your testimonials, which is pretty useful if you have too many testimonials and you have no space to show them all. Right, I forgot to add a title, but it's okay, I can always do this by clicking on this plus sign, click on the box title, and then just call it testimonials. Click update. Okay, refresh. And now it looks much better because we have a title and the elements are in line for both our columns. Okay, let's go back to our editing page. We're going to use a new row, so click on the add row element. Okay, this wasn't supposed to happen here, so delete it. Make sure you're at the end of your page and click add row. Okay, this is where we want to use the row. I'm going to start by editing this. Let's make it again 30 with a padding of 20 with 20. The background color, I'm not sure, let's use it again, that shade of gray. Okay, click on the add element. We need to add a box title. We're going to use this as the recent posts. Title background, just leave it white. Click on the plus, and we are going to use this posts grid, which will this will actually output our latest posts in a 4-column layout. So we need to add here something like a value, and value of 4 will output for our latest project posts. I'm sorry, not projects, posts. You can choose to show the thumbnail or not, show the title, the date, the post excerpt, and of course you can filter your post by enter category ID here. Let's just use this options all to yes and no category ID, post count a value of 4. Click on save. Okay, update. Let's go back to our preview page, refresh, and as you can see, our latest posts have been rendered. You can see that the title has a background of white because I didn't choose the same background as the rest of the row. Okay, let's play around a bit with this element, with the post grids. Let's say that for some reason you don't want to show the thumbnail. Okay, update, hit refresh, and as you can see, only the titles, the date, and the post extract to it will be rendered. You can actually play around with this even more. Scroll down to your PostGrids element. I don't want to show the date, for instance. I just want to show the excerpt, no title, and maybe some thumbnail. Click update, hit refresh, and as you can see, only the thumbnail of the post and the excerpt of the post will be outputted, which is exactly what we choose for our element. Okay, let's go back and leave this all options to yes. Click save, click update. Okay, our posts are now rendering all the options. Now, for instance, let's say that you want to use that category ID filter. Remember that you can only use one category ID for this. So you just need to grab your category ID, which has to be a value like 45 or 28, whatever. You only, like I said, only can enter one value. Do not try to enter multiple values like 45. Okay, so I'm not going to enter anything until I can see the right category I want to show posts from. So go to posts, categories, open this link in a new tab, and you can see here all the categories I have. Let's say I want to show posts only from the art category. You need to hover your mouse over the art category, and at the bottom left of your screen you can see the actual link, and it goes something like localhost, because I'm on local server, team vp admin edit text.php action equals edit taxonomy category, and then you have your the actual category ID, which is tag ID equals 14. So for the art category, the right ID is actually 14. Remember this ID. We don't need this anymore. We can actually close it. Go back to your editing page, edit the post grids, and enter for the category ID, enter 14. Click save, update, go back to your front page, click refresh, and as you can see, for the art category we only had 3 posts, and these are the actually posts from that category, and only these posts will be rendered in our recent posts section. Okay, you can always play around with this elements until you're comfortable with. So I recommend to always try all the options for all the elements. That's the best way to understand how they work and all the options they have to offer for you. Okay. I just switched back to the post grids to not use any category ID. Okay, for our last element, we need to add a row and click on the plus sign. Again, we're going to use the quote box. Still not convinced. This is another catching title. Creativo, try. Leave this text as it is, and let's try to use an icon. I'm going to use this icon here. Set image. Click on save. Update. Before previewing anything, I'm going to edit this row settings 13, 20. Update. Go back to your site, click refresh, and as you can see, we for this quote box we actually have an icon, the catchy title, the smaller title, and the description text. I accidentally forgot to add an icon for this first quote element, but it's okay because I added that to the end of the site. Okay, so this concludes the tutorial of the recreation of the front page. This is the last step of this video. The last thing I can teach you is to go to settings, reading, and for the front page display is a static display. Make sure, let's use the page we just created, which was my first home page. Okay, click on save changes, go back to your site and click on the logo. This will take you to the actual home page of your site, and as you can see, it is now using the actual page we created. Okay, so that's about it. Thank you for watching.